What was the worst game that you witnessed with
The
me?
Liverpool 7 job. You might as well laugh like that.
When something goes wrong in a game with Manchester United, I lose control completely. I was really pissed off.
Yeah.
With you beep, 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 mother beeping, beep, beep, and then I was when...
What is it with men though and road rage? Because
Women as well?
no, I'm not saying it's not women as well.
I would have killed you. We finally got you from behind the camera, Caz. United Couple podcast is here.
What people can't see is that I'm literally strapped down to the chair with no way of moving.
Why is that though?
Because I wasn't really that comfortable with doing this, as you know.
Yeah, well, ratchet straps work great. They really do.
Ratchet straps?
Yeah, they're the straps that you...
Is that what they're called?
Them ones, yeah, ratchet
That's
straps.
what I had envisioned, but...
Yeah, not cable ties. We don't go there.
No, we don't go
No, we don't go there. Yeah, this, I mean, to start us off, podcast, our first one, your first ever appearance on camera, I might add. So,
actually.
massive props.
No, I did some
properly.
TikToks.
You've done TikToks, but this is like a first sit down, like proper sit down. This is like massive props to you because this is a big thing, obviously, and I think everyone has been calling for it. But it takes a lot of get up and go.
Yeah,
You've got to really want to. Straight away, I can see that your mic's not close enough, so you'll learn as we go on and things like this.
No, it's all
I don't want you to lean over.
I know, I don't want to be sat like that. Do you know what the good thing about this is, actually? I think when I did the TikTok, it was... what are you doing that face for?
Nothing.
Right. Because when we did the TikToks together, I was literally like this, looking up at you, and this is quite nice because I can just look at your ass at you.
Yeah, that usually is more comfortable when you sat down.
Yeah.
And it's awkward for me for being so tall. Like this whole podcast is like talking like what it is behind the scenes and what our lives are like basically when football runs them. It does, from our kids' football to United to YouTube, everything social media, keeping up with everything day to day. This is what the life is like of a proper United couple, you could say. We both go to the games.
Yeah.
We both have our very own opinions on certain things that people don't see and like see us arguing behind the scenes about certain things.
When you say that, I don't think we argue that much, and I think we actually agree on a lot of things.
You do agree with just what I say though, don't you? Like
Absolutely not.
You do.
This isn't like another channel. No, I think we have similar thoughts on things, but I think we have slight differences of opinions. But sometimes, it's interesting. I'll be ranting to you about something, and you won't really say anything. You'll just like be listening, and then you'll do a show later, and then you'll talk about it, and I'll realise you didn't agree with anything that I was saying because you'll start with the opposite opinion, and I'll be like, I thought you was on the same wavelength as me with that one, and now...
Well, how it goes is it's like you're there, you're talking, and like sometimes you're like, right, I've got this idea in my head of how to go into this show. I've got this whole script, and then you'll open your mouth and tell me like what you think, and it'll completely throw me out after what my thinking was.
Is that a good thing though?
It's like it gets me thinking, but sometimes it's like too much information just before kind of throws you completely off, and then you lose focus of what your real aim was to get out of the show. Like the message you wanted to get across and get people's opinion on goes because you've just spoken to someone already. Sometimes like conversation before doing a show can be a bad thing because it throws you off completely, and then you start second guessing yourself before you actually get there.
Yeah.
And that's sometimes what we do. But I think, like you said, most of the time we do tend to have the same opinions. Like for one, like the Marcus Rashford situation or anything like player standard wise, we just like we're on the same page.
Yeah.
Let's just say we're old school, Man United.
I would agree on that.
I mean, like going into the issue, I mean, it is the first podcast that we've done, so let's get into like your time as a United supporter growing up, like a kid. What were your memories? What was it about United that you just think of every single time? Like, what made you love the club?
Do you know what's funny? We have this conversation all the time, don't we, in terms of memories. You can remember everything from every game, like for years gone by, recent games.
I find that really easy.
Yeah, that comes natural to you. And for me, it's not that I didn't enjoy the games or, don't have good memories, but like literally I can't remember who we played 3 weeks ago. It just goes for me. But But I actually think, looking back, the memories are clearer. Maybe it's
probably not a bad thing that you forget,
say,
like today. Like...
Maybe it's my own my way of coping, my coping mechanism, just to forget everything. But I think, like, going back to being a child, probably I didn't really enjoy watching football when I was a kid.
Why?
I just wanted to go outside and play football. Yeah, I didn't really. Like, sometimes I can remember my dad saying, sit down and watch this game, and I'd sit there for 2 minutes and I'd get the ball and I'd be out. Like, I didn't have that connection to watching it on TV.
So when did it connect? When did you like watching football? When did you start enjoying watching football?
I don't remember, but I would say probably like maybe 10, 11, that age.
Was there a player that fixated you to the screen? Was it like one player that you've seen it like that? So usually what happens, most people, like, they fall in love with a player, like a certain charismatic player that's their favourite. And you sit and watch the TV, you sit and watch the game, and like you're always looking for that particular player. That's what I thought it was like when you was younger, and then that sort of brought you in.
I think so, because I think them playing, and then, you know, it's like when you're a kid and you're outside, I'm such a body, so I'm Giggs or I'm Sharp, and it probably was around that time of Giggs and Sharp and Cantona where I was watching and then wanting to be them. I don't think kids have that nowadays, do they? Where there's probably one or two on the team, but who do they really have to go and watch and then go outside with the mates and say, I'm such a body? It's just not the same anymore. But no, I think that's when I started watching properly and getting into it.
Who was the player then?
I don't remember exactly.
I know who it is.
You're going to say Cantona?
No.
Berbatov?
No, Roy Keane.
Yeah,
like Keane, like you always say, you can't even remember. I know yours before you even remember. I can remember what you told me about your Man United upbringing and football upbringing, and you don't even know it.
It was Cantona first, though.
Cantona came in before Keane, but like you used to love Roy Keane.
Yeah, I loved Roy Keane.
Like, but like me, mine was Mark Hughes and Eric Cantona. I love Sparky. Like I had pictures all over my room of Mark Hughes. I thought it was just the old school striker, solid.
Do you know what? I had a poster and I can still remember exactly where it was in my bedroom. But it's a bit unfortunate, really, because it was Paul Scholes.
Scholes.
When he was about 18. But you just put them up, didn't you? But, oh, God, it wasn't the best.
No, like, I don't think any of the class of 92 would look back on them pictures and go, yeah. I'm looking better then than I am now. I mean, a few of them have aged bad, but yeah, you have had a lot of football in your life, though, haven't you? Like the upbringing for people, like we always talk about on the shows, like Caz is playing. You've had a long playing career, haven't you? Which did include playing for United.
Yeah.
But just because you've told me this before, and I want to know if you actually think on the same line as what. Yeah. I want to know if you actually understand where I'm coming from and you know where I'm leading with it, and see if you can carry it on from here. But like, you didn't watch women's football for a certain amount of time. You know where I'm going with this, because you always told me, like, you came into women's football when it was laughed at.
Yeah.
I think I'm right in saying that. Huh?
No, it was laughed at. I think for me, being a kid playing football, I think you had to earn respect. But I think once you had it from like the boys your age, then you were all right, and they were like accepting of you and wanting you on the team. I think in terms of watching it, to go back to my point that I've made to you in the past about watching it, and people would have said this, it was a bit boring, if I'm honest.
Women's football?
Yeah, because I love football and I love watching football. Women's football is so much better now than what it was then, because obviously the standards have increased, and that's through everything that's been put into it, but it was just a bit boring to watch. But also the fact that I feel like for a time I felt a little bit, and probably people who played before me felt the same way. It's like we kind of started things off in a way for the people who are playing today, and we played and we didn't get paid for it or anything like that. And you know, I probably wasn't quite at the level good enough to be paid for playing anyway. But it's like we literally did it for fun. We used to train once or twice a week, and we used to play on a Sunday, and that was it. And then it's like you see these other women that are coming up, and you know, they play, they get paid, they're on TV, they're famous, superstars, and it was hard for a little while to watch that and think, you don't know you're born, you know, that kind of thing. So, yeah, for a little while, but I got over it. And now it's, I watch them and I'm happy for them, really.
Yeah. She says through gritted teeth.
Most of them.
Who was the biggest superstar you played against? Like, what was the one that went, oh God, I played against her, and now look at her.
Do you know, there's a few actually from like being younger, probably about 18, 19, I'd say. Rachel Yankee was really good, rapid. And then we used to play in summer tournaments.
You're quicker than Rachel Yankee, though. You said you were fast.
I was fast, but I don't know if I was quite that fast.
Right.
Don't know. I never had a race with her, so
yeah. Did you ever
leave that one open?
Did you ever come up against Jill?
Jill Scott, yeah. In a summer tournament, she probably won't remember. I think she was playing for Everton. But
she's going to get one cup of tea from her place at Ascot, eh?
No, she'll remember me. But no, I just remember it was almost like she had a hand on my head, and I was just running circles around her trying to get near her. She was really good. Farrah Williams. But no, I actually embarrassed Farrah Williams, so.
So you embarrassed Farrah Williams?
Yeah.
In what way?
I mean, I skinned her, but to be fair, I think something happened where, like, I think I put my foot down and it caught her lace on her boot or something, which might have given me a slight advantage, but we just don't talk about that.
No, things happen in football. That's it. Like, as long as you get the goals. As long as you get the goals. I have a rule, like, Caz goals out, plays. And if you don't score a certain amount of goals...
Yeah, you literally say, I'm not coming over if I've not got a hat-trick.
Like, we've got standards in this house, and if they're not kept...
Yeah, but you don't change it for which team we're playing. It's the same every week. That's a bit unfair.
No, I don't. I say I'll take a couple of assists and then get a goal, and you're all right. Like,
okay.
Move on.
I've got that down now, so...
Yeah, but I think with our football, like, it helps both having a love for the game, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Like, now you've come on board with... working with the channel a lot while doing your own job. And I have to get that in because you won't let me live it down if I don't. Like, no, so we're setting out, like, we're sitting in this first episode, we're setting out all of, like, where we are, like, we're sitting at the ground, like.
You're right.
Yeah, I'm just like showing everyone like where, like,
right.
Where we're at, like what it's like, and like what we're involved in, so everyone can understand exactly what it's like when trying to do the stuff behind the scenes that we do, like manager. You see people forever and a day, like, well, you don't see people forever and a day arguing couples. Like, they were like, I do this every single week with a missus. She just doesn't understand. And, like, I can be talking to her and then we completely fall out over this player, over that player. This is, like, what we're like, isn't it?
Me and you?
Yeah.
No.
We are. We don't agree with certain players, like, standards.
I don't think me and you have any fallouts over the football at all.
We do with certain players.
Name one.
Like, best striker for United.
Yeah, but we don't fall out of it. That's
no. I mean, like, you don't fall out. It's just that. I
think the only time we ever fall out is when we're thinking of an idea for the show and you come up with something that I don't. Like, for example, I'll say to you, oh, Adam, you're going to have to stop being so negative.
I don't think I'm negative. I think I am positive, but you don't think I am.
I feel like sometimes, like, obviously, you're trying to just talk about what's happening in the news and, you know, at United and different things. So I feel like sometimes that is quite negative naturally, but then I feel like we can go negative. I feel sometimes it's like, oh, can we just talk about something a little bit more uplifting? Yeah,
it's uplifting. I always bring up the youth team, bring up the good bits.
Yeah, but no, so I'm not getting at you. All I'm trying to say is I don't think we disagree that much. But I think if we do, it's probably on them topics more than players and things.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing right now with United is obviously, like, we're watching shit, basically. It's like there's no value for money. Like, we're spending a fortune going, like, it costs us a lot to go to all the games, don't it? It's like a lot of money. You've got to eat. You're outside recording for a long time.
Haven't you?
I mean, it's changed, hasn't it? Like, your Matchday experience has changed.
Yeah.
Well, you've been with me, hasn't it?
Yeah, it has, obviously.
Yeah, but, like, time-wise, like, you can't just go to a game anymore.
No,
you can't.
It's a full day and you've got to plan a lot around it.
You can't just go and watch the football, can you? You've always got something else going on. You're always ready for recordings. You're trying to organise people. You can't just go home after the match or go to the pub. You're always working afterwards. But do you find you've got used to it now, though? Or is it still...
No, I think I have got used to it. but it's just hard sometimes, isn't it, juggling everything, you know, like, for example, there's a game on Wednesday this week.
Game on Wednesday. Midweek games are a pain in the arse, aren't they, to organise?
Exactly, and I'm like, well, I don't think I can do Wednesday because I've got the youngest here, so... But then we're thinking, oh, no, she's not actually here this Wednesday because she's on a school trip, so we can do Wednesday, and it's just like that. It's just juggling it.
Are you looking forward to the game? Are you looking forward to watching United play again? No, that's the thing. Like, does anyone actually enjoy going to a United game anymore? I don't think they do.
I don't know. It's a
hand on the heart. Right, your match day, you wake up. How do you feel?
See, I think I almost do a reset.
Yeah,
you know, you'll be at a game and you'll have your hopes up, and then, you know, whatever happens, say it ends in a bad defeat, and you're really deflated, and it lasts a few days. But then somehow, over them few days, you start to feel a little bit better, and then by the time it comes to the next match day, you're outside Old Trafford saying, I think we're going to win 2-0. And I don't know where it comes from, and I don't know if it's something that's inbuilt in us as Man United fans because of what we've been through in the past, or...
How do you feel? I think every fan goes to a game. You get like the horde mentality, like you're with every single United fan. They can't let this many fans down. We're at Old Trafford, but like my whole look on football has changed over the last 10 years of Manchester United. Like for our team, like I find other teams more interesting than United.
To watch, yeah.
Yeah, like I can dissect proper football. I can look into it more. I can understand tactics.
I feel like
with us, it's just the complete unknown and the enjoyment level of that. And then like you going outside and you talk about the negatives, like when have we ever stood outside of Old Trafford and had positives to talk about? Obviously the Liverpool euphoria, and you wasn't there. You missed it off.
I was playing.
Like the one time when we did have like jubilation this season, like you wasn't there. But like more often than not, it's going outside and going, oh God, everyone's going to be angry and everyone's going to be devastated again.
Yeah, you know what I feel like you just touched upon, like the last 10 years have changed you. You feel like when, like, going back, if someone scored against us, I used to just be like, yeah, that's fine, absolutely fine, we'll score, and we'll score more than you. And now it's like someone scores against us and it's like, oh God, how bad could this be? Especially now with this team.
No, it's exactly that. You're scared every time someone does score against United because you know the mentality and the character of this squad isn't there. And I said not to get into too much about certain football detail, like this is mainly about the experience behind the scene, but like it deflates you completely.
We know about you getting deflated, don't we? We have to sit through them watch-alongs.
Nah. Well, yeah, it's emotional, I would say. Like I'm a fan that I think I take my match day at the ground mentality wherever I go.
Yeah, that's why we literally are like banned from watching football together.
What was the worst game that you witnessed with
the Liverpool 7, Joe? Yeah, you might as well laugh like that.
I knew you were going to pick that one.
Nobody was watching the game. They were all watching you destroy tables.
Right, okay. So I cannot, like, literally, like, 7-0 against Liverpool.
Yeah.
Like, how am I supposed to react to that?
Is it for you in that moment, you see yourself as like, for me, and this is why I got annoyed with you that day, because it's like you're the only United fan in there, so you're the
any other way.
It was like you're the only one hurting, so you're going to bang on the table and make a scene in a pub because the rest of us are fine because it doesn't hurt us. And that's why I was so frustrated, because I was sat there absolutely devastated at the scoreline. I wanted to walk out the pub like other people who were with us did and didn't. And it's like I just get frustrated because you're not like experiencing it with us as like other United fans. Like we're all in it together and we're all gutted. And I think James was there with us that day as well. We were all gutted, but you were just losing the plot.
I'll be honest. When something goes wrong in a game with Manchester United, I lose control completely. I do lose control. I cannot. So I thought, you know what? There were moments, or there have been moments where I thought I've managed it. I've got it under control, but bang, red mist. I cannot. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what I'm doing. I just lose my shit completely and I'm gone.
The good thing is the kids have got loads of really funny memes of you that they constantly play back.
Well, yeah, I am something to laugh at later on, and then later it usually comes back and backfires on me because I get loads of shit. But
I cannot hear the words Raphael Varane anymore without hearing "go away"
Rafa,
after.
Rafa, God, but no, like,
Can we just hear it though? Just for the tape.
no,
Raphael Varane.
Raphael Varane, go away. You know what? It's like you do. It's on that instant. Like, I was really pissed off.
Yeah.
With Varane, he'd done something in the game that I don't know why. It just really pissed me off. But I was stuck in the thought of, like, I didn't want to insult people. Didn't want to, like, sound like a complete lunatic.
Like you wanted to go off on one, and then you said Raphael Varane, and then you stopped yourself, and you could come.
So it was going to be, it was going to be Raphael Varane. You beep, 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 mother beeping, beep, beep, and then I went Raphael Varane. Thousands of people are watching. Go away. It's just like.
Do you know what? I actually the best one I think for me was the Copenhagen though.
That was the same game.
Yeah, but the Copenhagen, to Copenhagen.
Yes. We've conceded 4 goals to effing Copenhagen. That should be me. That
does actually make me cry with laughter still when Millie plays it back to us in the car over and over.
Yeah, like. You know what kids are like in the car, like teenage kids especially. Like Millie, for instance, loves winding me up, and I have to sort of like just try and blank out the noise and accept, like, look, you're there to be hit at. You're the one who's going to go online.
Put the TV on of your former employer just to wind you up.
Yeah, she does that as well, just to wind me up, and yeah. Sometimes you want to just like grab hold of her and shake her, but I don't do that, by the way.
No, don't do that.
Yeah. But like, you're there to be shut at when you're online. Everyone understands that, and you just have to take it. It's part and parcel, and you get on with it. I ain't got a problem with it. As I say all the time, I don't mind other people's opinions. I don't mind anyone slagging me off or completely disagreeing with me. It's just part of the job, and I love it. Can't help it. But yeah, I do lose the plot, and football takes over me like nothing else. I'm quite a calm person, as you know, but you've seen the bad side. You've seen the red mist.
That's what surprises me though, because you're so chilled out. And I think it's only, what did I say to road rage? Oh, God. Yeah, road rage, Man United, and I said something else.
Idiots on the road.
Was it like waiting for food or something? That gets
God, a shiver down my spine then. And waiting for food. I can't wait for food. It should be there now. No, the other one is technology.
Oh yeah.
When something doesn't work, or when you spend a lot of money on a piece of kit or anything, you're really looking forward to it. You open it up, and then the little swine doesn't do what it says on the box.
You had one.
Gone. Like, I'm just like, I want to launch it. I want to smash it up. I can't help it. It's just like, how can this be? Like, I paid my money.
You had one a few weeks ago, and you was doing a watch along, and something wasn't working. And I remember, I think I'd had a nice bath, and I was just getting out of the bath, and you were just screaming, and I was just like, oh, it'll be fixed in a minute. Because it usually is. And then I shouted something up to you like, oh no, he's still not there, Adam, or something. And then like I was sat down eating a yogurt, just really chilled, and all I could do was you going, I can't do this, Caz is stressing at me, and I'm like, no. I'm fine.
Oh no, it winds me up. Like, you have them moments like, do you know what? Even like a stressful day doesn't get to me overall and like make me burst. So for instance, it could be a really stressful day. You go into a stream and something going wrong. That doesn't get to me. It doesn't have to be that. It's just very specific things like technology, United, and road rage. Like, oh God, and my job brings all three together.
What is it with men though and road rage? Because
women as well.
No, I'm not saying it's not women as well. But men, the expletives that men come out with in road rage is different to anything else.
That's true.
Like sometimes I'm looking at you and I'm so embarrassed.
Yeah, what's the?
I can't say the things that you say.
Oh,
I wish I could.
Yeah, like we'll keep this.
I don't wish I could.
PG-ish.
Yeah.
There'll be the odd little words in podcast and everything like that comes out, but like nothing bad. I think that's right.
It's, you know, I was saying this to you the other day as well. Isn't it funny? Like human nature. It's like queuing up. Oh, do you want to come in front of me? Yeah, yeah. No, that's fine. Oh, sorry. No, it's me. It's you. Okay, fine. someone's in the car and someone cuts you up. Oh my God.
Yeah.
It's a different level.
Your explanation of that was the other day. You said exactly what you said there. It's like the British mentality. It's like you're queuing up. Yeah, oh no, you're going for last night. Oh, sorry, I bumped into you. You sit them in 2 tons of metal with 4 wheels on them, and someone does something that they don't like. It's you, beep, beep, you, beep, and beep. And they turn into the ultimate warrior. It's like, I'll take on the world because I'm in my car. I guarantee most people, if you're having a moment and them lights go red, and you know that moment when you sat there in the car like that, and you see people do it, they're giving it the big one, and all of a sudden the person you've been giving the big one to rolls up next to you, and you're at the lights, you're like...
You're one of them people as well, that when you've had road rage, and then like you're going past them, you always go...
I have to stare them out. I'm like, I would have killed you. That's what it's like, isn't it? It's like a man thing, I think.
But if you think about outside of the car, you just would never act like
If you open that door, I bet 95% of people's asses fall out and they drive off. Like, the other person would be like, oh, God, this guy's actually through with this.
I did actually get a bit of road rage myself a few weeks back coming home, because there's a lot of speed bumps on the main road leading up to our house. And someone was literally driving, like, almost touching the back of my car over every speed bump. And I think by the time I got to the 4th one, I stopped on the speed bump and got out of the car and started shouting it in behind me. But it's because I had Frankie in the car as well.
Kaz got out of the car.
I actually got out of the car. I don't think I would have done.
The youngest was in the car. This is like...
It's a few swear words.
Yeah.
And it's arguing back with me still.
Yeah, in his car though. He didn't get out, did he?
Scared, obviously.
Soft ass.
Or 5'2.5" of me.
Yes, they're giving everything away now. That's why that video on TikTok actually... It's not...
I don't think we have to worry about giving anything away. My neck's literally like this.
It's usually the kid, like, honestly, like, no one knows, like, or realises how tall I actually am.
I don't think it's necessarily that I'm short. I am a bit short, but you are ridiculously long.
Like, long. Not like tall, like you have to say long.
I've never seen quads, like... sorry, I'm not going to go in on your quads. I'm really going to upset you now. So long.
Quads?
Like, your femur bone must be like a world record.
Tall, like anyone who's tall, like, understands what I'm going through right now. Like the shit you get, like, it's not fair having long limbs, honestly.
But if you were a professional footballer, which unfortunately you're not, you'd probably fit right in, wouldn't you, in centre back?
I'd bang on centre back. I'd fit right in at United now, anyway.
I'll take the corners and you can edit in.
Yeah, that's it. Caz can score from corners, by the way. That's one of her things. She always has.
Yeah. I think it's easy to score from a corner in women's football, obviously, for obvious reasons.
Yeah.
So size nets.
What is the hardest thing in our life and what we balance right now? Is it my job? Is it the kids' side of it? We've obviously got their football, like Alfie's football.
I don't think there's one thing.
Frankie Miller. It's like an accumulation of everything all together.
Yeah,
but I think like it's a massive commitment what I do, and obviously I need to get this across because I think it's only fair, and I'm not just saying it because she's here with me right now as well, but like actually being in YouTube, committing to what we do, and then having an understanding partner alongside, that's the hardest thing.
Good,
in YouTube or in any social media influencer world or anything like that. Finding the partner, I think, is the single hardest.
The way I look at it, I think if you're happy in what you do, which you obviously are, then it's going to make my life easier in the long run. I mean, who wants to be with someone who's miserable every day going out to a job they don't want to do?
Yeah, no, been there, done that. I think we both have. I think everyone has, hasn't they? Like, just find that one thing that you enjoy. Like, don't be afraid to go for it.
I actually like my job, my main job.
Yeah, Caz does have another job. We keep saying that. She does work.
Yeah. But still, sometimes it's, it's tired getting up in the morning, you got to drive into the office. It's like, oh.
Yeah, twice a week.
No, 3 days. We're saying 3 days.
For record.
So the record, it's 3 days. No, but I'm a bit mean to you sometimes, aren't I? When I'm driving into the office in the morning and you get to stay in the house.
Yeah, it's like, oh, some of us have got a real job. They're the words that come out. Like, I'm sorry, like, this is full time.
It's all tongue-in-cheek, though, isn't it?
It's tongue-in-cheek because like, you've seen at least the hard work that goes in. Like, just this week, we were at Wembley. Like, the travelling, the tiredness, the organising, the like constantly trying to make sure you're in touch with the right people for events, organising parking, like you said, just the sheer drive and exhaustion from that, and then making sure you get the content out, the equipment, again, like the big bugbear, like if something doesn't work on the day, you're God. Biggest fear ever.
Adam losing it. You know, you said what's the most difficult thing in all of it? Probably keeping your phone charged.
Yeah, keeping everything charged to the max. I think technology is the biggest stress, I find. Like, I can do the content, I can do what I do, I love it.
You've just hit the nail on the head. Uploading after the game.
Yep, that's it. Yeah, uploading things, getting it up at the right time, the understanding of how YouTube and the whole social media world works in terms of getting it out. We've got Josh on board now as well, who's been a massive help as well. Big shout out to Josh. I love it when Josh
is there because he holds the phone. It gives me a little rest.
Yeah, he does a lot of the harder work.
It's not hard, is it? It's just your arms ache after a bit.
It's bleeding freezing.
Yeah.
Like, our season's not played in the summer, and like, you're always dealing with the conditions as well. Yeah. You never know what's going to come.
Obviously, we do have to stand sometimes, but sometimes it's a bit holding it freehand, so...
Yeah, very, very...
Especially when you're aiming it up to you.
Yeah, she's small, I'm tall, lifting it up. Yeah, all problems all along, but yeah, I think it's just like the understanding of it, I think that you've got makes it easier now, doesn't it? So, and then like the kids are sort of like realising that this is a real world. Like, this actually does happen. Like,
I think we are actually lucky because on both sides our kids all love football, don't they? So, yes, I mean, I've got 3 girls and all of them love watching football. 2 of them play football, so I think we got quite lucky, really.
Yep, my daughter and my son, everyone knows, very sporty, athletic as well. Alfie loves, although he's not in love with United at the moment, he hates United for obvious reasons. Like, he's just fallen out of love with him completely, and I think
it's never much to look forward to, though. Or...
No, he was brought through. His first game was 0-0. David Moyes, that was the start.
Child abuse, isn't it?
There's people who have actually said to me, like, "Why are you punishing your son so much?" He actually gets more enjoyment going watching Salford than he does watching United, and that says everything.
Do you know what I think he likes about coming? Who we sit with at Old Trafford?
Nick
and
Pricer.
Yeah, you got like a good little group there.
Yeah, like everyone's got their season ticket gang.
Yeah,
like you people you sit around at games. That's something that you love, isn't it? Like, you love and look forward to doing. Like, going having your little meeting. It's like going meeting your mates. That's what it's like.
If Nick's not there, though, it's not the same.
Yeah, Nick the lunatic. He's not a lunatic. Nick's a great guy, by the way, but he has these outbursts in games, like just like random outbursts in games. Like, you've always got one of them people that sits next to you at football, aren't you? Like, it's like they all of a sudden they seem like the calmest person in the world, but something goes wrong in the game. I mean, I'm bad. I know that. We just spoke about that, but like, there's the one person, like the quiet ones are the deadly ones. Yeah. And all of a sudden, bang, they jump up and just shout out some random obituaries going absolutely crazy at one particular player. That's Nick.
What was the tourism one?
Oh, no, I can't go into that, can I? Yeah, I can. In the last game, there was a
foreign fan.
Yeah, not from England, streaming the whole game on Instagram Live as she kept standing up, sitting down, standing up, sitting down, and like, this happens. It's like people travelling thousands of miles and around the world 4 times to watch United. God help you. But they travel all over, and I love it. Like, everyone deserves to come and watch United, and I love when fans get over for the first time. It's such a good feeling that when they come over and talk to us in particular, they say, "It's my first time here. I can't believe I've been here for this game." Marcus, for instance, his first game ever at Old Trafford was 4-3 in the FA Cup against Liverpool. Like, what a first game. But this woman in particular, to go back to it, 2 rows down from us, constantly standing up, and Nick was getting irate with the game and the way it was going. As you do, you're up, you're down, your emotions are all over the place, and when you've got someone doing something completely random that's got nothing to do with the game, kind of winds you up a little bit. And Nick had gone, so he did the Varane. He did an Adam Varane, didn't he? He stood up. He said, "Oh, for God!" Oh, no, it wasn't for God's sake. It was for beep's sake. Will you sit down, you? And then, like, everything came into his head. It was like, I'm about to say something.
And everyone
really
was
bad.
like,
everyone was turning around waiting to see what he was going to say, and he clicked and he realised at that instant that he was about to say something that would get him in a lot of trouble. And he just went, sit down, but you tourism. And he got stuck for words, and it was a full-on Raphael Barango away moment.
And Pricey and I think it was his brother-in-law.
The other two people sat next to me, yeah.
All I could see was their shoulders just rocking.
Yeah, like everyone completely understood where he was and the annoyance. And he was about to say what everyone around that group wanted to say to this woman, but didn't have the balls to stand up because they were scared that they might get in trouble or say something that wasn't, say, politically correct, or something like that. And then the way he got himself out of it just made everyone laugh and took the whole edge off the game. It was Liverpool 2-2. Like, it was a tense game. And when he did that in that moment, it was quite late on anyway. But
it was the second Liverpool game, wasn't it?
Yeah, it killed any tension. The minds just left the game, and no one was worried about what was going on. Everyone was just in stitches, and he just absolutely just calmed everything down. It was one of them weird.
Do you know what
moments.
I just realised? We're telling all our funny stories now, so we're gonna have to make some better.
Oh, there's loads to come. Like, I've got loads lined up. There's one that I think we just need to leave until a few episodes in for you. No, we don't want to spoil.
It's not about me though, is it?
Yeah, you were well involved in it. Yeah, you was.
In a good way or a bad way?
No, it's funny. It's good. Okay. It's good, yeah.
What do you think when people from off the channel come and see us at Old Trafford?
You going straight in on that now?
Yeah, I just want to know what you think.
What people... Oh, right, you mean like people who follow us?
Yeah.
Subscribers. Best thing ever.
Love it.
Best thing ever. That's like what I do it for. Like, just to see people who actually are part of the channel, or members, subscribers, anyone who watches, who comes up and says, I watch your stuff, like, really pleased to meet you, well done, keep going with the channel. That's like the best thing that can happen while you're doing what you're doing, while you're a YouTuber or you're an influencer or anything like that. Someone's come up to you and physically be there in front of you and tell you how well you're doing, or just come and say hello, or even take a picture. That's a weird feeling, like someone asking for a selfie.
So many people ask you for selfies.
It is like the most surreal thing ever. Like, you don't think that you're doing anything.
Do you remember the time when we were at the Trafford Centre and someone asked you for a selfie and we had Millie with us and she did that teenager thing of fake embarrassment?
Yeah, like someone coming, random person.
She loved it, really.
While shopping, comes up, flew over from America for a game, and they said, like, oh, I didn't like, and then, like, in the middle of a really busy shopping centre, stopped the traffic, like, literally, just to get a picture with me. It was like, well, kind of like a weird moment here right now, but, like, it is really good feeling. Like.
It's weird for me now when people have started to mention me as well, and I'm not even on the camera, so...
Yeah, that's what happens now. You're on it.
What was the funny thing that someone said on the TikTok when I think you were with Josh and not with me?
Oh, yeah. So we were filming outside of Old Trafford and someone recognised me, rode over on his bike to say hello. And Josh was behind the camera doing the filming at the time. Everyone always expects Caz to be around because she's always involved in everything.
I was at work.
Not many people knew about Josh at the time either, so it was like he came over, he went, oh, really, I can't believe I bumped into you. But to be honest, I expected a bit more from Caz. It was Josh. That was like the joke at the time.
What did Josh say?
Josh just laughed. Josh has got a great attitude and understands the social media world and what it's like. And Josh is good with people. You have to be very, very good with people to do what we do. Some people don't and never come out. Like, I'm different. Like, I know that I'm all right face to face with anyone.
You are actually so good with people. Like yesterday when we was in we had press access at Wembley. I mean, me and Josh were just looking at each other and laughing the whole time because you were just off. Like, and to be honest, even when you weren't off finding people to chat to, people were finding you. And I was like, how does he know so many people? You're just in your element, aren't you?
Yeah, it's just gathering information, people's opinions. That's what I love. Like, anyone's thoughts. Like, it could be just a catch up, but I want to know what you think about this.
Yeah.
Like, what do you think about this? Why do you think this is happening here? Like, any subject doesn't even have to be football. Like if I see someone, I don't say not so much important, but like, so for instance, like a journalist or someone who's got a big reputation or a big following or something like that. I love to find out their side of things. I always want to know more.
We always bump into that guy as well, don't we, at Costa in White City?
Yes, Ziad he's called.
Is he Italian or something?
I think he is. I'm pretty certain he's Italian.
It's literally every time we're there and I can see him looking at us like, God, not you two again.
Yeah, he's a presenter for beIN Sports, and we see him.
Right.
I used to see him on some European trips away when was with a former employee. Obviously not anymore. Maybe future podcasts more will come out with stuff like that. So that's why we're making these podcasts.
Are you teasing now?
You never know. Just get people involved. Like, this is like laid bare sort of everything that goes on, like the life, and there's a lot goes on in a week. Like, we've not even touched on half of the stuff in this first episode that we did this week, or what happened this week with everything.
Yeah.
It's full on. The life is mental, and that's what this podcast is about. But for a first episode, I think you've done rather well, Caroline.
I think you've done all right as well.
All right, thanks. Do I get the praise? Yeah. I'll just go and do another video now while you chill out with your brew. Yeah, is that how it goes?
We're not going to the gym.
But we are supposed to be going to gym, aren't we?
I'm still so tired from yesterday.
It's devastating, and I might do a catch-up later in the week.
We're on a 5-week countdown, aren't we?
Holidays soon, yeah. That'll be interesting when the podcast goes abroad anyway. But,
What are you actually planning to do, though, when we go away? Are you going to keep up the content?
Oh, I'll keep up the content.
Yeah, but what, from the pool or?
Yeah, pool, bar, cafe.
A mojito in hand.
Beach.
There is a cafe there where we're going.
Cocktails, like, the content never stops. Never stops. Even when we're on holiday. We don't get a day off in this job, and no one appreciates that.
How long have we actually been talking for?
We had done about 40 minutes.
Have we?
Yep.
Decent.
So, yeah, not a bad start. But, yeah, I think for episode 1, I think that was... that went really well. But, yeah, Caz...
We'll find out if we see an episode 2.
yeah, let's see. Get your feedback in, guys. Do you love the show? Do you love this style of content as well? We are just making this our own podcast. We're going to make it weekly. And we want to possibly bring in more people, involve people in this as well as we go along. But to kick things off and to integrate Caz into the podcast YouTube world, I think you all deserve... she deserves all of your... thank yous as well for actually
do you know what, actually, what I would really appreciate from everyone? So we did this kitchen last year, so 4 or 5 months in now, and we're still at that point of deciding what we want to do in terms of decor and things, and this wall needs something. So if anyone's got any ideas,
that's the woman.
Please just like give us some inspiration. I'm thinking like some floating shelves or something. Eric? No, I love Eric, but I'm not having like a big Eric.
Not Ten Hag. Can't.
No, not Ten Hag.
Paul did best on our wall anyway, I tell you.
No, I just think the shine off and his head might not work so well. But no, we need something there, don't we?
Yeah, we do. Get your thoughts in, guys. Let me know. Nothing stupid. I know what you lot are like sometimes, but yeah, that is the United Couple podcast number 1, episode number 1, done and dusted.
Let's see if we have a number 2.
We will. Let's see. I think everyone will enjoy it. But guys,
can we just edit that out? Because I don't want to be on camera saying that.
Tough. It's laid bare.
No, laid bare.
Laid bare. That's the one. Guys, thanks for tuning in. Episode 1 is finished. Caz, cheers.
Thanks. Make me a tea now, please.
Okay, let's get to it.